What's up, everybody? Today's DIY, I'm going to show you how to make your very own candy lipstick or fluorescent lipstick. Now, this is an art piece. This is not edible, and it is not actual wearable makeup. All right, let's get into it. So we're starting off with a pair of latex gloves, a tube of lipstick, and a knife. Now, I actually got this lipstick from the dollar store. It's cheap. You don't need to be using high-quality stuff for this. And so step one is I wanted to see if the lipstick will actually come out of the tube with my hand. So I'm going to grab it really, really gently to see if it will without denting it. Turns out it won't, so we're gonna have to cut this off at the bottom. Once we've removed it from the barrel of the lipstick, we're gonna put that down gently. And we're actually gonna empty out the entire inside because that is where we're gonna actually put our new piece. So you wanna make sure this is fully cleaned out. I used a bunch of cotton swabs and some Dawn dish soap. It worked really, really well. It's super easy. It's just, it's very, very tedious, but it's important that it's clean in there. Just like this. And I don't know if every lipstick is like this, but the ones from the dollar store that I bought were pretty easy like that. So I'm gonna do this to the other 4. I actually bought 5 tubes of lipstick here. I wanted to try different variants. Just cut them all off at the bottom. And we're gonna do it like this. Try not to actually touch the lipstick. I find it dents very easy and it chips. And we're gonna line them up, all 5 of them, spaced out evenly, just like this. Now it's time to build our mold walls. Of course, we're using foam core. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the same length for 2 pieces. We're gonna hot glue gun that down, just like that. We're gonna do the same to the side. And essentially we're just making a mold. I've done this in many videos before. This isn't new, but figured I'd show you anyway. Once all 4 walls are done, we're gonna go in with hot glue and just reinforce every single crack and crevice. We're about to use silicone rubber, and that stuff will find any little crack and seep out. So it's better to use too much glue here than not enough. And boom, just like that. You can see on the inside, they're not touching anything. There's enough room to support it with silicone rubber. Just space it out evenly. Now it's time for the silicone. We're using a fast setting one as always. We're using these little dental cups because we don't actually need too much. We have a part A and we've got a part B. We're gonna mix those 1 to 1. And then stir until it's fully mixed. Okay, now, just like a lot of my DIYs, I had no idea if this was gonna work. So I went in really, really lightly with a stream of silicone rubber because I didn't want these lipstick heads to float. And I've had this happen a lot of times. Silicone will lift things up. So I just went in really, really slowly and dropped the silicone covering the lipstick heads myself. I later realized that they wouldn't actually float, and I don't know if that's because I put it in slowly, but here it is fully done. This is fast curing, so it's gonna take 30 minutes and it is done. 30 minutes later, you can touch it, it is hard, and then you're gonna demold it. And this is, again, the worst part. I've said this in videos before. Foam core just loves to stick to it. Kind of like you're peeling off a sticker on like a new vase or something. Boom. I was so happy that this worked out so nicely. It's like a little set of bullets or something. I don't know. Now you're going to pop them out like a little pimple. There you go. Just pull it out. It's going to leave a lot of residue on the inside. Don't worry about that. All we got to do is just get the main chunks out. One by one. Take your time. And if they don't come out, you can use a cotton swab and just get in there and just pull it out manually. At this point, we're going to use Dawn dish soap and a ton of cotton swabs to clean out all of the insides. Again, it's not that it's hard to get rid of, it's just it's very tedious because you're using something small like a cotton swab. Once we've cleaned it out, we're gonna hit it with some mold release in each one, not too much. We're gonna let it dry for about 5 minutes. We're gonna mix together our resin. So this is hardener and resin. I use art resin, it's a great product. This stuff is just good because it doesn't have any fumes. And now go ahead and mix it for 2 to 3 minutes. Do not try taking any shortcuts, guys. It's important that this is fully mixed. Because I've got a vacuum chamber, I'm not too worried about mixing too fast and adding air. If you guys don't have one, you might want to mix it slow for solid 2.5 to 3 minutes. Since I mixed it fast, and just to be sure there's no bubbles, we're gonna pop it in my vacuum chamber here. I got this off Amazon for, I think, 250 bucks, but it's been so helpful. Okay, so this is sped up 1,200 times, okay? So it's not actually gonna be moving this fast in real life. It's gonna rise to the top. I let the air back in to bring it back down. And I'm gonna do that a few times just to get the bubbles or the big bubbles popped. So a lot of it is just left with small, tiny bubbles. And those will actually pop themselves. Now we're gonna take 5 dental cups and we're gonna pour in resin to each one. We have not dyed any of them. It is clear resin in every single one. Now it's time to dye them. So I'm gonna do one that's neon yellow. That'd be kind of cool. We're gonna use some neon pink resin dyes, some neon green. Of course, we're doing a candy one, so we're using the sprinkles that I love to use. And then the last one, I figured let's just try some bronze. I don't know if this is gonna look good, but I figure we'll try it. And now we're just gonna pour them in one by one. Once it's all been poured, we're gonna leave that overnight to dry. And I'll see you guys for day 2. Day 2, fully cured. We're now gonna pop them out and look at that. I'm so happy, no bubbles. The neon pops really, really nicely. Sometimes the camera doesn't pick it up as nice, but there's the neon yellow, looks awesome. We got our candy one, just need to trim up the bottom a little bit, but worked out perfectly. We have our green, our neon green. And then our bronze, which is sort of underwhelming because it's not a shiny finish, but it's worth a shot. There we have our 5 new lipstick heads. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so happy. Now it's time to pop them in. Now, I actually realized since it's the exact same size as the lipstick we took out, it's going to fit in perfectly. So I just found like if you just kind of screw it in, and then boom, it'll actually hold itself. No glue, no resin needed because it's the exact size. So there's our candy one, our neon green, and then our bronze. I don't know where this idea came from. I was lying in bed and I'm like, it would be kind of cool to make candy lipstick. Now, what's amazing about this is when you hit them with a black light, only the neon ones are actually gonna shine. I'm so mad because the camera doesn't actually pick it up, but these things are like super, super bright when the black light is on it. So you guys have it. That is how you make your very own custom lipstick. Again, this is for an art piece. A lot of my stuff is art related. It is not edible. A lot of you guys have been asking, is the candy stuff edible? No. Anytime you're working with resin, it's like a concrete. It is not an edible product. So this is strictly for art. It is not real makeup either, I should mention. So anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying these. These are just sort of ideas that are coming to my head throughout the day or throughout the night. I find it healthy and therapeutic to bring them to life, and this is just one of them that I decided to try. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you want to see additional photos, head over to my Instagram @danocracy, and you can check it out there. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Later.